Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and whatever else or whomever else might be watching. Welcome to the season 17 premiere of the Bowling Alley. I forgot that the season 17 premiere was about to hit us, but 17 years of doing this, unfreaking believable. I just got up from a nap about a half hour ago, so you'll just have to bear with me tonight. Still frigid cold in Louisville. The scenery that you see here is mild compared to what's outside my door. It is ridiculous. The dogs are hating it. They are barely able to stand up because it's frozen, a frozen foot of snow. And every time they go out, it gets ugly. Well, pardon the desk. I didn't check my camera angles tonight. Give Pepsi a shout out, even though they're not a sponsor, but they could be. They could be. And slipped in here a couple of minutes early tonight. We did a show last night, a bit of a surprise, last minute show for those that are frozen wherever they're at. He said 55 million people are affected by this. And hey, damn near 30 of you 55 million, dropped in to see us last night, or at least live anyway. And but we were going head to head. Well, Billy, number one, you don't have a badge again. Number two, you're sorry for what's happened, but you lied. And that's what upset me. All you had to do was tell the truth and there wouldn't have been any problem. But you lied. You said you did not send the girl $100 for gas. We told you not to do it. Me, Bob, Schmidt, who's not the brightest candle that ever lit. Everybody that popped in here told you not to do it. Apparently you wrote on the Pesci show over the Stevie Nicks shit. Mick Fleetwood. Really? You think Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks watch Pesci show? And then I yelled at them for not trying to smarten you up. But fuck, we tried to smarten you up here and that didn't help either. But you heard me say, Billy, I'm going to cover your 100 out of my rent money to help these people. And you said nothing. That's why I was pissed. You're actually lucky you're here. Because that's not, I don't give a fuck what is going on in your life, what your level of intelligence is. When you tell somebody you're going to pledge $100 and I say, okay, I trust you. I'll cover your 100. I'm going to take it out of my rent money. I know goddamn well you heard me say that. And then you go over to the other show and tell them that they scammed you out of $100. When we told you not to send her any fucking money. When we showed you countless websites that the girl had 100 accounts. Or guy, whatever it is, probably a guy. You got a porn site down in Australia that Paul RJ saw. We couldn't have given you any more proof, Billy. So now we're in a bad way. So yeah, thanks for being sorry. So what did you do? Did you send her your whole fucking check? Because I know you live at home with your mother. Did you send her your whole check after everything that we told you? Well, no, don't thank us for our help because you ignored it. You ignored it and did nothing with it. And apparently don't even have $3 left for a badge. So I don't know. So anybody else that would like to chime in, feel free. I didn't think Billy'd be here tonight because he hadn't said a whole lot to me. Blocked me for a while. After he didn't make his pledge on Thursday like he said he was going to do. So, how you doing, Tyler C? Good to see you. So, we do have a few families in need. We have Honey Rose that needs help with her tuition payment for her college. We're doing everything we can to keep 4 or 5 of these kids in college. It's not easy. Her entire tuition is $140, but she needs a $40 down payment to get enrolled and to be able to continue to stay in college. This is her junior year. We also help, God, who was it? Joera from time to time with her college. We help, yeah, this is what that show is. Yeah. Not positive enough to let you be a part of it though. There we go. Well, apparently the 7 trolls are still alive and the snow has kept them in. Um, so, but Honey Rose needs help with her tuition. Evelyn needs some help with milk and rice. We're trying to get her a 30-day supply of milk and rice. And what else are we trying to do? Evelyn, Honey Rose. I think Bob's got the list of all the people that we're trying to help. But they will come to me, and I'm sure they're going to write me as the show's going on. Jambi just sent me some pictures. Some of the people we've already helped in advance, just trying to do a preemptive strike, assuming that there will be some good people out there. So far, no donations as of yet. We came up $20 short of our goal. 19, let's be honest and technical about it. We came up $19 short on our goal. I've been better, been a rough time. Well, I think that speaks for a lot of us. I nearly died 3 months ago. Lost my job in the process, and I think that counts as a rough time. But here we are. I'm here. We're still chugging along. So, and this goddamn ice storm and snowstorm ain't helping anybody out. And if you suffer from anxiety and depression, and some people just can't be cooped up in their homes, I've met people like that. It gets a little rough. Well, I'm home most of the time anyway. But they have not cleared our property here. Both of the buildings beside me have cleared their property, so the sidewalks are free and easy to go. But other than that, nothing's been done here. So I sent pictures of the other properties that are all clean and nice, and the same people that do their properties do our properties. But they said they're ignoring their text of charging $60 an hour to come here and shovel all this snow. And I wouldn't do it for no damn $60 an hour, even if I was healthy enough to do it. So this will be a short season 17 premiere, because our goal is at least $60 to stay on beyond a half an hour, and we're not off to a good start. As a matter of fact, we have nothing. So I'll hang in here till 8:35 and see how we do. I guess Bob and Coltrane are off tonight. I knew Coltrane's been going through some shit, so he said he might be back the next show that we do, which I guess will be Thursday or Friday. That might be a 30-minute show as well. And no, we got a lot of our regulars we haven't heard from as far as donations in a while. T-Maker, we haven't heard from. He was in the show the other day, but I guess he's still recovering from the Bahamas. We haven't gotten anything from him. Michigan Mike, we haven't heard from in a while. I got a book I need to get shipped out to him as soon as we can get it out. But he was on vacation. I didn't want to send him. Oh my fucking God. I'll post this for anybody. Well, you're a dumb fuck, because we told you specifically not to fucking do that. And then you told us you sent her 100. Now you say you sent her 300. You'll really. He took the money. It was a guy, Billy. It was a fucking guy who was putting some girl up to do the chats for him. This is what they do. This is why we tried to fucking warn you. Oh, well. Never sent us $300 for gas or anything else. So we try to do good for people, and you're sending $300 to some guy on the internet that wanted to take your money. All right. And then lied to us about it. Oh, she tried to get me, but I didn't send her anything. So we don't know when you're telling us the truth, Billy. And those are the people I have the hardest time being able to get along with. If I don't know you're fucking telling me the truth, it's hard for me to deal with you, regardless of what you donate. I've gotten rid of people that did actually donate $200 and $300 a month because they lied and they were racist, and I don't like that shit. So what do you do? So it's 8:43. I'll be here for a little bit longer. 9:05 is. I'm sorry. I thought we were starting off at 8 o'clock. And let's see. TC from the NC, even though he's going through a rough time, has donated $10. We have Daniel Lemley has donated. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate it. Daniel's always good to help us out. Daniel Lemley has donated a $20 challenge, challenging anybody else to match his 20. And we have Michael Ryder. There he is. There's old Michigan Mike. I haven't heard from Michigan Mike in a while, so I hope he's doing good. He could be making some money down here because we got a lot of snow. My ex-wife has called the snowplow company 3 times since the snowstorm hit a 3 days ago. No showed her 3 days in a row, Michigan Mike. I mean, you tell me how you stay in business doing this shit. She has to go to work, can't go to work because the snowplow that did come for the city put a big embankment in front of their driveway and they can't get out. Somebody tried to get out and rip the bumper off their car. So nobody wants to do that. And the ice on top of the snow, they can't get a shovel to go through it. So they're trying to get a professional out there to clear her driveway. And no, you haven't learned your lesson because you fell for the Stevie Nicks shit, Billy. You fell for the Stevie Nicks shit. We told you not to. The Pesci show claims they were even trying to tell you, hey, those were trolls. Well, and I said, well, why did you let the fucking trolls on your show? Why did you do that? So, I don't know. I don't know. Matter of fact, I don't even think that's the real Billy Sellers because I've been told that one of the trolls has an account. So, you know, we're just not, because I don't even think Billy's that stupid. So we're just going to ban that user because I've been told that there is a troll using Billy's name to try and make him look dumber than he actually is. So, so we'll eliminate that. Like Billy's going to come in here and admit that he sent $300 to somebody and that he's stupid. So that's, I've been told I spent $550 on my card today and still donated. Yeah, $550 is well, I remember when I spent $4,000. So you top that. You got off easy. No, I had to drop $4,000 on mine. God. Well, that was last year though. That was last year back when I had a job. A little easier then. But yeah, and it wouldn't hurt me. I probably should get it winterized, but it's held up so far during the winter. But yeah, that one probably wasn't even real Billy anyway. That was probably troll Billy. So what do you do? Yeah, good flowers are hard to. You tell me about it, Mike. Yeah, Dan, someone just. Oh my God! Just backed into your car, and it's going to cost you $1,000 per month. Yeah. Yeah, I've got $1,000 deductible on mine too. And so something serious has to happen before it even does you any good to have the goddamn insurance. No, I've got your book. Where's your book? Your book's right here. It is set aside and ready to go. But we've been snowed in for a little bit. You were on vacation for a while. But it's here. I mean, it's ready to go. And I got your address and everything. There's your autographed book. So I don't want you to think I was trying to fuck you. You're going to get it. But my son can't even get over here to me. They're fucking, what do you call it? Locked in more or less, because they can't find anybody to come over there and get them out of the situation. I don't know why Bob's not here tonight. He knew Jason wasn't going to be here, but I assumed Bob would be here for the season 17 premiere. Maybe he's got some other shit going on. I don't know. But we'll be all right. Maybe Michigan Mike might have saved us to do an hour show tonight. Let me check. We tried to raise $60 in that first 30 minutes. And so he backed into your car. What do you have? Send it before May. Oh, well, you'll have it before May. And well, I hadn't heard from you in a while, and I thought you were mad at me because I hadn't sent your book yet. And I figured you'd seen enough weather reports to know that we got some serious shit going on down here in the post office. I don't know that I can make my doctor's appointment in 2 days. It is a sheet of ice and snow from my steps. And the poor dogs, I've sent some people some videos of how bad the dogs are struggling to get out here in this shit. And I don't know how wise it would be. I paid a guy to dig my car out because I saw him out there working on the other guy's property. And he told me he dug a guy out for $15. I said, would you do that for me? Oh, Kenny, I'll do it for you for 10. I said, well, shit, that'd be in it. So I gave him 20 because that's hard work to dig a car out of the snow. And he cleared all my windows up. So I'm ready to go. If I could safely make it from here down a couple of steps here that are totally ice covered. And then I got an icy sidewalk that's a fair amount long for those of you that have seen my property. And then I got to go down several steps of ice to get to my car. And guys, I'm telling you, man, if I fall, it's hard enough for me to, if I fall down, it ain't easy for me to get back up with my bad knees and my bad back to get back up on dry land. I'd lay out there till somebody fucking come and got me with a goddamn forklift or something if I were to fall in this ice. Just getting caught up with life since I left Vegas for the holidays. Been gone a week around Christmas. I got you. Well, I have no doubt about that. Well, good to see you back. I was just wanting to make sure I hadn't made you mad or anything because you hadn't even seen my messages. And I didn't know what was up. I was trying to keep you up to date on what we're doing here. Oh, I forgot to add up the money and see where we're at. So we got $10 from Tyler C, 20 from Limley, so 20, 30. And you got us to 45. So we need $15 to stay past 9:05. And if we can get $15, $20 from somebody, that'll be the $60 30-minute minimum. And if we can get that, then we'll hang around here for at least an hour. I figure my land guy charges, the lawn guy out here charges $60 an hour to shovel snow. I wouldn't do that shit for $100 an hour. I told him, I said, people your age, and he's in his 20s or maybe early 30s, people die of heart attacks doing that shit, even at that age. That's not easy work. I wouldn't do it for no fucking $60 an hour. Freezing fucking cold. It was 7 degrees out here last night when he was doing this. I peek out my door. I hear the dogs barking. He's out here, got some little buddy with him, shoveling snow. Cleared 4 layers of snow off stairs, metal stairs next door. These buildings were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Damn, I'll do it for 40. Really? God damn. Shit, Mike. You better man than I am is all I can tell you. No, for what they're doing, if you tell me, Kenny, we'll pay you $100 an hour to go out here in 7-degree weather and shovel ice and snow, fuck. That's all right. I'll stay indoors. But that might, I get paid 40 an hour. Oh, he's charging 60 and says he can't keep up with all the work he's getting. But yeah, I guess not, because my landlords won't even text him back, because he texted them saying, hey, Kenny's property needs to be done. And they know I'm a senior citizen. They know I'm on disability, and they know I have to get back and forth to the doctor. Well, at least my lawn guy gives a shit about me, but apparently the management here does not. So what do you do? Let's see, 850. Yeah, we're trying to raise $15 more within the next few minutes to stay beyond half an hour. And got a few of the regulars I haven't heard from. I can't imagine they're doing much of anything. Unless you're a big college basketball fan. There's not a shitload on TV tonight. Did you guys, I don't know who all watched the Netflix show last night. Did you guys hear the fucking 95% of the crowd? Yeah, you do. You probably do, Mike. Yeah, he's charging 60 an hour. And that's with his shovel to go around and shovel the side. And he salts everything and everything. He made it look real nice on the other property. I'll send you a picture of what he did and then what my property looks like. I'll send it to you after the show. But he's charging 60 an hour. And Louisville's got a pretty good cost of living rate down here. I imagine Michigan is probably a fair amount more expensive to live in than Louisville, or at least I would think, depending what city that you're in. So yeah, but then again, you're always getting fucking snow in Michigan, and you always got work to do. And here in Louisville, this is the most snow we've had this is the 6th biggest snow we've had in January in over 100 years since they started keeping records. And this is the 6th biggest January snow ever. And just an inch away from being the 2nd biggest storm we've had. I think our record was 15 inches, and a lot of Louisville's got anywhere 11, 12, 13 inches now. I think the airport early on had 7.7 inches. When they predicted we would get 2.2, I did a deck, a wheelchair ramp, and a car and driveway today. I'm shocked you didn't do more than that if that's work you're looking for, because everybody's needing something done. I'd probably pay the people $50 to do my goddamn sidewalk, and hoping they can do it within an hour. About my luck, I'd hire them. It's 3 hours, Mr. Bowen. Fuck. So they'd be screwed. But I did pay him to get my car out. He offered to do it for 10, and all I had on me was a 20. And I said, hey, man, it was worth it. At least whenever I can get to my car, I can get out of here now. The Ghost, 22 months a member. Bless your heart, Ghost. Yeah, that could have been troll Billy Sellers, because I don't even think Billy Sellers on his worst day, if he were drunk and high as a kite and on pills, is going to, after we warned him, is going to send $300 to a person that we've already told him is not coming. Now, I know he said he was going to bet me $250 she was going to show up. So if that's Troll Billy, then Troll Billy's going to have to make another account. If it's real Billy, Billy's got my phone number. So, Billy, I know you're still watching. If the real Billy is watching, Real Billy Sellers has got my phone number, and I know it's him because the phone lights up Billy Sellers. And that's the only way for that to do that is if you have a real account with your real name. As when I call people, it lights up my name if I use my real landline. So, let's see. Why did Ghost say something? Because if he did, I didn't see it. Me and Ghost, who knows what we'll actually have? Yeah. So we're trying to raise $15 more. If anyone has donated and I haven't mentioned it, please let me know, and I will take a look. We need $15 more to stay past 9:05. I do thank Michigan Mike though for getting back in touch with me. So as long as he gets his book, well, Mike, you're going to have your book long before May. I promise you that. If you're all wanting me to put up any of these WWE autograph pictures, we've had a fan who bought a Bill Dundee t-shirt and autograph picture. They sent their money today. And we had Good Chris was the winner of the Undertaker picture. And I haven't decided what other picture to put up yet. I'll kind of, y'all, a lot of you probably saw them when I posted them on here. And God, I think we got John Cena, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Hardy Boys. We got all kinds of great autograph pictures. The real expensive ones would be Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I've only got a couple each of those left. And I remember a year after he passed away, we were getting $150 a picture. So I don't see any people of that ilk in here. Eunice got her backpack. She's desperately needing a backpack. So we went ahead and advanced the money and got that done. And so, yeah, we're still sitting at $45. We have not made the 60 yet. And for free senior citizens. Do you get paid to do that, Kevin, or how's that work? And we haven't seen Kevin in a long time either. I told Kevin that drop in and say, hey. So we got 9 minutes left to make at least $15. And otherwise, because I ain't got no help tonight anyway, we'll kick out of here and see you guys with a very lackluster season 17 premiere. But I was anxious to see how many of y'all saw Hogan get booed out of the building. It had to be 90 to 95% of the crowd just letting him have it. And Pat McAfee was trying to put him over when he came out. Oh my God, it's Hulk Hogan. It's Jimmy Hart. And Jimmy Hart stood back. He didn't even get near Hogan for most of it with a smirk on his face like, wow, how are we going to get out of this shit? So I've been waiting for the spin of this to be, oh, they were treating Hogan like he's a heel, like he's NWO. My son thinks he might have even gotten over a little bit if he came out to the NWO music and the old, the original NWO music and the shirts and Hollywood Hogan. I don't think so. They know he's a racist asshole. If any state's not going to put up with that shit, it's going to be California. So, yeah, I loved every fucking bit of it. I went back and watched it 2 or 3 times. But I've been waiting to hear the spin that's going to be put on it. People on Twitter, did Hogan deserve this? Yeah, he's and they think he got booed because of his political alignment. Undertaker's a fucking Trump supporter. They didn't boo him out of the building. Shitload of the WWE's Trump supporters. I guarantee you fucking Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are. They're fucking Stephanie's mother is going to work for Trump again for the second time. Trump is probably going to try everything he can to pardon Vince of the crimes that he's being prosecuted for. I don't know that he can because it might be a state crime. If it's a state crime, and plus there's sex trafficking involved and all that. Speaking of sex trafficking, that's why Matt Gaetz ain't going to have a job. So, but no, he didn't get booed because he was a Trump supporter. It didn't help him any in California. But Taker didn't get that treatment. Triple H, Stephanie, various others there are Trump supporters. A lot of the wrestling business is Trump supporters. I did find out, because I didn't know this, that Cody Rhodes is extremely liberal. My son said Cody's more liberal than I am, and that's pretty fucking liberal. He does have a black wife, but I know others that have foreign wives. Fuck, Trump married 2 foreign wives, but as long as he's the one marrying them and bringing them here legally, fuck Elon Musk. They've talked about deporting him when he wasn't supporting Trump. Now all of a sudden he's fine. So it depends whose palm you're greasing, I guess. So let's see. I heard the phone ting, but I don't know if that was a donation or not. Like I said, if you make a donation and I haven't mentioned it, let me know. No, it wasn't a donation. All righty. Well, we got 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes. Kevin, you're not back to work yet? Guess not, because he ain't got a badge either. And yeah, and if that was the real Billy Sellers, all he had to do was call my landline. So it was the troll. I paid $300. So yeah, that was the giveaway, because even Billy said he just sent 100, which sounds more like it. You know, he said she lied to me. She says that she was in the hills, the mountains of North Carolina. And then said, well, she lied to me, Kenny. She lives in Florida. I saw the pictures. My father's got a summer home in North Carolina. I haven't seen any beaches that look that great in that part of North Carolina, especially the mountains of North Carolina. There are no beaches. So, oh, she was visiting her mother. Okay. Her mother was nowhere in sight. She's at a restaurant by herself visiting her mother. Okay, Billy. And then he said, well, she lied to me. She actually lives in Florida. Okay, well, she's lying to you, Billy. This might be a good time to bail. Oh, and then he sends her $100 for gas to come from Florida to Dumbfuckville, North Carolina. And now he's in. So that was the troll, I promise you. 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes to make a measly $15. You think somebody would do it, but not yet. Let's see here. I did see a little bit of the Tennessee game tonight. I forgot who Tennessee's playing, but they're getting a dog shit beat out of them. Number 1 Tennessee, and they are 4 for 29 from the floor, which is 13%. I don't know how. And let's face it, these are basically semi-pro basketball teams now. They're all getting paid good money and big money. How the fuck do you shoot 13% when you're a semi-pro basketball team and you're the number 1 team in the nation? How do you shoot 4 for 29? But they were down. Yeah, Florida versus Tennessee. There you go. They're getting the dog shit beat out of them. Louisville's playing a good game with Clemson. Last I saw, there's about 14 minutes to go in the game, and Louisville's playing pretty good for Clemson to be 12-2, 4-0 in the conference. Don't know how that game's going to end up, but they're doing fairly well. So we got 3 minutes to make $15, and if not, I got to go. Rules are rules. I appreciate Michigan Mike for what he's done, and Daniel Lemley, and a couple of others, but we have to make 60 in 30 minutes, and I ain't got no help here. And you guys apparently don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan being a racist and getting booed out of the building. So, as a matter of fact, none of you have really talked about the Raw show. Kevin, you're not working yet? Well, Kevin, you're a talented man. You got all kinds of skills. How the hell are you not working? You've been working for that landlord forever. I'm shocked she doesn't have any work for you. But you're a talented man. You know, there's, and this time of year, you know, with all this fucking snow and everything, there's work out there for you, man. And I ain't saying it so you'll donate to the show and get a badge. I'm just saying it for you. You know, how are you making it? And you got talent, man. This stuff that you make, I got your dolphin thing right here that you made me. The battery's dead on it, so I can't light it up. I got the wires wrapped up. But fuck, man, it takes skills to do that stuff. That's the dolphin thing you made me. Well, maybe the batteries aren't dead because I ordered some new batteries. Did I replace them? Let me see. But Kevin makes this stuff, man. He's no. No, there it is. Yeah. Guess I put some new batteries in it. And then you click it, and the lighting goes into a different pattern. There you go. You got that. Maybe if I put it on my black sleeve, it shows up a little better. I don't know. Yeah. And there's all kinds of different light patterns for this dolphin thing here. Or do I have the dolphin upside down? Hell yeah, that's let's do it that way. And but Kevin makes this stuff. And I know Bob had some things that he really liked. But Kevin's a skilled guy. I mean, there's work out there for Kevin. And it's been months since he told me that he lost his job. A couple of months, maybe 3. And then again, I'm pretty skilled too, but everybody wants me to work full time, and I don't want to do that. I've been retired. I mean, I don't mind putting in 15, 20 hours a week, but for full-time pay, which is what I was getting with the other job. So 9:04, we got 1 minute to make $15. I guess y'all don't give a shit about my season 17 premiere. At least most of you don't. Well, yeah, well, you didn't think enough about it to make a donation or get a badge, but all right. Let's see. We got 1 minute. And I even came on 2 or 3 minutes early tonight. We got 24 of you, but only 3 of you have donated. And let's see. Well, it's 9:05, and nobody else wanted to donate, and we came up $15 short. I'll go 1 more minute just in case I was a little late. Maybe Big Beard wants to donate. Probably not. Yeah, there were $20 challenges, and nobody accepted it. Michigan Mike donated 25, so I guess technically Michigan Mike did. Daniel Emily made a $20 challenge. Michigan Mike donated 25. TC from the NC donated 10. We need $15 more to stay on for another hour. And I guess people don't give a shit. I mean, fuck. Sometimes you got to listen to the crowd, like Hogan should be doing. Maybe you all are booing me out of the building. But I really thought, no, that's Reddit. They didn't donate any money. I really thought that with half the fucking country, you've been sick. Well, I know I've been there too. Yeah, I had sepsis here a few months ago. That's how I lost my job, having sepsis. So I'm not making it. Oh, you're not going to live? Is that what you're telling me? Sometimes I need bigger answers. I'm not making it. Well, how do I have to stay? I haven't seen a donation. No, I don't have any donations. Ghost. Unless one went somewhere that I haven't heard about. I'm looking. Well, hang on here. Yeah, it's not showing up. Apparently maybe you made a donation. Is that $20 from you, Ghost? Hang on, maybe there it is. Okay. All right. Well, you all need to thank Chris Schmidt, because Chris Schmidt says I'll challenge $20. So he's hoping that one other of you will do, because now we're going to stay an hour and try to get to $100. And he has gotten us to 65. So we need to raise $35 more over the next 30 minutes to get us to 100. And I might even stay a little bit longer. And we just need $35 more to do that. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Chris, I guess you're off tonight. Are you off? I know Bob Hazelwood's off tonight. Let me reread his message. I was under the assumption he was going to be here tonight, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Let's see here. I just stay at home, Dad. Oh, okay. I figured you'd be in school today, Eunice. You got a backpack. No, I don't see anything. Oh, well. How you doing, Blake McChristy? So tell me what you all want to talk about. I'm here. I'll stay here another half hour. Thanks to Chris Schmidt. Thanks to Tyler TC from the NC. Thanks to Michigan Mike. And thanks to Daniel Emily. They were all the ones that donated tonight. There's a few of you hadn't heard from him in a while that kind of surprised me a little bit. And I thought T Maker would be there to help us out a little bit. He might be going through a rougher time than I realized. I don't know. When he told me he went to the Bahamas and got his settlement, I thought he was good, but maybe not. So I don't know. Um, like I said, no matter how rough it is, I try to show up here and try and do what I can. I'm not making it. You haven't explained by what you mean by you're not making it. I do remember when I got sepsis, they said if I'd have fucked around another 12 hours that I wasn't going to make it. And that was scary to hear. That's news you don't want for damn sure. There's my chart reply from Baptist reminding me that I've got an appointment for my stress test on the 9th. But I don't know how the fuck I'm going to get there if they don't clear this fucking sidewalk, because I'm probably risking my fucking life, if not limbs and back, to go. No money. Well, Kevin, you're a talented man. And quit doing free work and do work that pays you. I mean, that's a nice gesture. But when you're not making it, you know, you have to be the one to do something about that, whether you're sick or not. When I was sick and got home, I was sick, but I still gotta, I still got to get shit done, and I don't have much physical ability either. But you got to put your talents to work and lift yourself up by your bootstraps, as the Republicans like to say. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess Big Beard didn't deem it necessary to get a badge or donate and to thank me for all I do. You know what? If he doesn't even have the decency, to spell Philippines right, there we go. I just smell a rat with that one. When you come in here with no badge and tell me how great the show is, apparently not. Get a new fake account and a new badge. Then we might buy your shit. So I'll hang around for the 30 minutes, but y'all going to have to ask me some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here like Vince Russo and entertain myself and come up with a wish list on Amazon. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Evelyn is needing milk money and rice for her and her baby. It's just her and the little baby. Jambi sent me a picture, but I don't know what she's trying to show me. She's still wearing her COVID mask. Little Jambi. Yeah, a lot of the Filipinos are still wearing it. Thoughts on Trump wanting to rename the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf? Well, I hadn't heard the Gulf of Mexico thing. The Gulf of America. Well, dumbfuck can call it whatever he wants. That's what he does anyway. I don't know who named it the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know. Greenland, all he's doing is alienating those that like us. He's alienating. Oh, Canada made a counteroffer. They said, instead of us becoming your 51st state and making you an extremely blue country, even though others have said, I don't know, there might be more red in Canada than we realize. There's a lot of blue there too, especially the major cities, Montreal, Toronto, Ontario. Might be missing a city or two. I think they only have 3 cities in Canada anyway. And Seattle. Play along. And but Canada came back with a counteroffer. Why don't we buy Alaska and you all throw in Minnesota and Minneapolis, St. Paul for free? So that doesn't say much for the value of Minnesota. So that was Canada's offer after Trudeau had to step down. I haven't heard any comments from Rory about what she thinks about Justin Trudeau stepping down. After 10 years, that's starting to get like a dictatorship when you got those people in charge for 10 years. I'm stranded in the boonies right now. Well, as I'm going to help you out. As Sam Kinison once said, he said he had no pity for the Ethiopians and the people in Africa that were starving. He says, move to where the food is. You might have to go to where the jobs are. Because if you're in the boonies and you said you ain't got no money, so you're staying with somebody for free, or you own your home or something, you got to pay your electric, you got to eat. You're obviously eating, you're here. He needed to go. Yeah, well, because Blake, you're Canadian, right? You're Canadian. What was everybody says? Because he was as popular as any leader was for quite some time. And sometimes you want to blame one man, like Biden. My brother, my racist, ignorant brother, he was said he couldn't wait for Biden to be out of office, that Trump was going to make the country so great again. And I said, I said, name me 5 things that Joe Biden personally did that affected you personally. Name me what he did that you're just so fucking pissed about. Because we have the #1 economy in the world. I think I sent Ghost the video of this today about Joe Scarborough, a lifelong Republican, a 12-year Republican congressman, stated all the accomplishments of Joe Biden and this country, what we're going through right now. We have the highest stock market we've ever had, 10,000 points higher than anything that Trump had. He peaked at 35 and thought the country was the greatest thing in the world because his stock market, his words, was 35,000. Biden got over 45,000 on the stock market, an all-time high, highest it's ever been. Trump talks about taking over Greenland, Canada, Mexico, and Panama. Now he's threatening military violence. We might just take Panama. Okay, that's fucking brilliant. That's fucking brilliant. I think even a lot of Republicans would think would cringe at that shit. So he starts talking this stupid shit, and the stock market drops over 3,000 points. I got a couple of friends that told me they lost $66,000 in the stock market after dumb fuck starts talking about buying Greenland or taking it away from them. Taking military force. They asked him today, can you denounce military force and taking the Panama Canal? No, I can't do that. We might use military force to take the Panama Canal. Did not know the ignorant fuck wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico. Like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the right to do that. He can call it whatever the fuck he wants. He can call Florida Trumpville if he wants. Pretty much is. Trump threatened to take the Panama Canal, Greenland by 4. Yep, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and he said it came out of his big mouth. And economically annex them, like, sir, yeah. Oh God, and yeah, I saw it. I saw it. And then you got stupid people that think it's a great idea. But they don't think, if you're bitching about the economy now, you let that shit happen. That's going to be some fucked up shit. All right, now just because Chris Schmidt got us to 65 doesn't mean everybody else has to take the night off, you know. So y'all just going to get that other half hour out of me for free, huh? All right. Fuck them Filipinos, some of you are saying, apparently. I'm in a van. No, you're not living in a van. Stop it. Because that takes gas. You're getting money for gas. You gotta have heat. You're watching the show right now in 7-degree weather, 20-something degree weather. You're staying somewhere else other than a van, Kevin. Sounds like a horrible story. Then again, Scooby-Doo lived in a van. He didn't mind it. Scooby liked living in a van. But he probably didn't like it when it was 7 degrees outside. Well, Blake, you're going to have to go a little further than that. What's he doing to make people nervous? I know that his own parliament told him it'd be a good idea for him to step down after 10 years, and Trump claiming he's going to buy Canada and make it the 51st state. They would be our biggest state if we did that. So Trump is so stupid, and some of the stupid fucking shit he says is just unreal. And I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. So yeah, we're $35 short of 100. We came up $20 short last night. Don't know where Chris was last night, but Chris has been a big help to us tonight, and we appreciate that. Along with Michigan Mike, Daniel Lemley, and some various others.
I honestly, I'm going to apologize. I really thought that you were starting a show at 8:05 or 9:05 instead of your other time. And so I was looking for that 8:05 Central Start Time thing, and I wasn't seeing it. I thought, let me just make sure that there's something didn't change. So I apologize for not being here for the majority of this apparently relatively Chris plus goodness show. Bad Chris being good Chris.
I I don't know how Billy Sellers AI'd you into this chat, but it plainly said in the King's English what time the show started on the link I sent you.
Did you send me a link? Because I don't remember seeing one.
Send it to the Bob Hazelwood one because I knew it wouldn't do any good to send it to Jason. I actually sent him one too. I sent it to the individuals. Yeah,
you did. And it said most of you are not getting your notifications, and there it is. I didn't get one.
You didn't get one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while some of you are here, if you're not getting the notification, maybe you guys got yours.
10-year-old art gel there, huh? Is that
yeah, that's a little art gel. Turn off the notification and turn it back on. And some people said that worked for them. But when you have 5,000 subscribers and 24 of you are getting the notification, something's up. And 55 million people are affected by this snowstorm. We have 12,000. Huh?
Not yet, but we will be on Thursday.
Oh, y'all got snow coming Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're saying effectively right now, 55 million people have been badly affected by the snowstorm. I know Louisville certainly has been. My ex-wife hasn't been able to make it to work the past 2 or 3 days because they got her literally snowed in. The plow came by and put up this big embankment in front of the driveway. My son's got the bad arm from the motorcycle accident, so he can't dig them out. Her husband's 74, not a wise, and he couldn't get the snow to go through the ice anyway. So 3 days in a row, they tried to hire these individual plow guys, kind of like what Michigan Mike does, to dig them out, and no-showed them 3 days in a row. And so I don't know. Kevin Marr says he lives in a van. All right. Well, okay, Kevin. Well, you're getting gas money somewhere. I mean, are you running your fucking, because that ain't wise. If you're running your gas all night, I know you're not sleeping in 7-degree weather.
Yeah, the fumes would be bad for you.
Your landlord doesn't, the person you was working for doesn't have a room for you. And like I said, I showed his work that he's done here. He's a talented guy. He says he's been sick. Well, yeah, a lot of us get sick, but we still have to keep chugging along. Not lying, Kenny. I got 20-degree below zero bag and no gas. That's why I'm stranded. Well, no, because if it was 20 below zero, you'd be dead right now. Kevin, people do not survive 20 degrees below with no gas and no heat. So something, Kevin, is not adding up about your story because, and you've been doing this for 20 days and it's been below zero weather for quite some time, or below freezing weather for quite some time. And I won't let my cat out for 20 minutes in this weather, more or less to be in a van for 20 days in this weather with no gas and no heat. And you said you're stranded. Where are you? I'll make arrangements to come get you. I'm not a dick.
We'll send you a AAA if nothing else.
Yeah, I'll have somebody come and get you. Where are you at? Give us an address. At least get you some fucking gas. Do that. So I think that means a 20-degree sleeping bag. Oh. He's talking camping gear. Well, I would tell you the last time I went camping, but that would have been the 60s, and I fucking hated it. Why would people sleep on the fucking ground? We have store-bought products at home in our freezer. Why are we killing innocent animals? Bob, I've been working on a comedy routine.
If you arm them like someone that I know once suggested, that would at least make it a fair fight. Arm the animals.
My racist, ignorant, homophobic brother is typing to me right now, probably watching the show.
So how sad is it that as soon as you said my racist, I knew who you were talking about?
Yeah, that is bad that you would know exactly who I'm talking about. But he's trying to type right now. He needs help. He's got the big fat fingers, and he sits on a
wearing the gloves
with a gun in it, and he refers to Trump as his Lord and Savior, but claims to be somewhat of a Bible thumper. Whenever we're having a tough time in these parts, he sends his prayers and his thoughts.
Well, it's better than sending money.
Well, he ain't gonna send no fucking money. You can bet on that. Let's see here.
I mean, thoughts and prayers are the excuse for not doing anything to fix a problem, right?
Yeah, he's trying to type to me, but I'm trying to do a show here and feed people, and he supports a convicted rapist. No, tell us where you're at, and I will contact some people here that help people in Louisville and Southern Indiana, and I'm sure somebody will show up and get you some gas in your van, so you won't be stranded, and that you will have access to some heat. And she does well. No, she has a room. She's just elected not to share it with you. I'm sure she has a sofa. You've been loyal to her, working for her for quite some time. And I'm sure she has. So the bag is rated at 20 below. Okay, well, that's good. Glad you had money for that. Good thing. So you just stay in your van in a 20 below sleeping bag all night? We're offering you help, Kevin. Tell us where you're at, and I will make some calls, and we will get somebody to show up there and get some gas in your van and get you some heat and let you move somewhere else to where you won't be stranded. I heard that he was there. I did not see it because he tries to show up about once every 4 to 6 weeks at OVW, and he does it for free. He doesn't charge Al any money, but I don't think they have any money to give him. Apparently, a lot of these people entered into this Netflix deal and don't negotiate like I do, because most of these people got nothing. Most of them, from what I understood, none of the wrestling talent got a penny. But me, who was on for 2 seconds, got paid. So, I don't know. And I don't think the company made any money from it. They wanted the privilege to be on, and that's how Netflix negotiates a lot of their deals. Tiger King, right? All those people said they got no money.
Yeah, you got the exposure from this, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's how I sell the advertising on this show is the exposure. To where, yeah, it looks like we get 20 or 30 views sometimes, but at the end of the month, until this horrible fucking weather hit, we were averaging about 10 to 15,000 views a month on YouTube. Then whatever you get on TikTok, when JJ was doing those, hell, we were getting 50,000 views a month on TikTok. But JJ's disappeared, so we don't know what he's doing. Everybody's got their mental issues, and I spent last of my money on van. I still need insurance.
Well, Kevin, let us know where you are. We will get some help for you.
Yeah, that's the request that we made about 4 times in a row. Tell us where you're at, and we will send you some help. And then we start the process of getting your insurance and your tags. I have to do all that shit too, and I haven't had a job in 4 months. So, Kevin, we're trying to offer you some help. You obviously got a Wi-Fi connection and a working cell phone. Use your Wi-Fi connection in your cell phone to your advantage. Not watching podcasts and not telling us how to help you. You know. Yeah, I had to. Billy Sellers was in here, or a reasonable facsimile, claiming that he sent $300 to the girl for gas, and that's why he didn't have any money to donate this month. And that's the way you told us you didn't send her any money. Then you said you sent her 100. Now you're saying you sent 300 to make it
right.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I've learned my lesson. And I said,
after every person in this room warned you that it was a scam, sent you evidence that it was a scam.
When you don't learn your lesson from the Stevie Nicks thing, and I yelled at Ghost over this because he says that Billy was over on the Pesci show being trolled by Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks. I said, what dumb fuck thinks that Stevie Nicks and Mick Fleetwood were watching Pesci show? I said, and I yelled at Ghost. I said, shame on you guys for letting him think it was fucking real. Oh, we knew they were trolls. Then why would you let them on the fucking show? Why would you let? Well, King, we knew that
because it's funny.
Well, it's real funny because apparently Billy Sellers got worked out of a fair amount of money. We don't know how much. And
a varying amount of money.
And Ghost, I don't know how you know this shit. How do you know that the person that went by the last name Shand is making fake accounts as Billy Sellers? How would you know such a thing unless you associate with these people? Oh, damn, I'm starting to be mad. I gave Kenny that $20 now. He's calling me out.
Want it back. Kevin, send me an IM or a message on Facebook. If that really is your problem, Send me a message. We'll talk about how to get you fixed.
Yeah, and Kevin, the least of your worries right now is driving legal. That's the least of your fucking worries. You can explain that. That is a fine at the worst. Or fuck, they might arrest you and take you to jail and give you food and water and heat and a bed.
Yeah, you might be better off that way.
That might be the best thing you could do, is to aim your car at a fucking telephone pole and wait for the police to come and arrest you. So you'll have a warm place, food, a cot, 3 hots and a cot, they call it. That's the least of your fucking worries. She's worried that people staying with her. No, you're not doing all right. I should have what I need by Tuesday. How you going to do that, Kevin?
Gonna rob a bank.
How you going to do that?
Just gonna go down to the homeless shelter.
What's happening between now and Tuesday? By the way, that's 7 fucking days away, and we're not supposed to get above freezing temperatures in the next 7 days. Well, my sleeping blanket, you know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin. Well, we tried to help you. She's weird about people staying with her. All right. Good loving people out there, Bob. Good loving people. Let's see here. I did hear from Jason. Acts like he's going to be back. He said he's getting caught up on some shit. And now we haven't had one donation since Chris Schmidt did.
Hiding from some bookies is what he's really doing. We know the truth.
We're actually only here 3 more minutes anyway. Because I agreed to stay for 30. Chris Schmidt actually is the one that got us the extra half hour. And not one donation has come in since Chris Schmidt donated the 20 to keep us on. And, you know, you can only make the monkey dance so much till the monkey gets tired of dancing for free.
Speaking of dancing monkeys.
Yes.
The Hulk Hogan appearance last night did not
Let
go
me
over.
you talk about it because no one else seems to give a shit about it. I had to alert my son because he did not like the show. He didn't like the layout. He hated all the dots of lights because they look like empty seats.
It did. They look like empty seats. I was like, why is the arena empty?
But well, it wasn't. There were 17,000, but they claim it was their biggest arena gate in the history of the WWE. And look at all the fucking tickets they gave away to all the Netflix executives and all the celebrities.
Yeah,
they gave away a lot of good tickets.
Minimum ticket price had to be $300 for them to get. And I bet that's probably true.
Well, Blake, I'll never have to worry about knowing what that beer tastes like because the chances of me drinking that beer and an ice cold can of piss are equally the same. Kenny, is Hogan's beer or a big old can of piss? Which would you like to drink? How cold is that piss? Whose piss is it? Well, you're not concerned about how cold the Hogan beer is?
Donald Trump's piss or Hulk Hogan's beer?
God damn. Shit. Could be the same thing.
It might
be the same thing. Coltrane is too busy thirsting over Maya's pics on social media. Well, I wouldn't know. I would not know. Is he?
Is Maya posting stuff on social media?
She did post a new profile picture. As a matter of fact, I had about an hour video chat, and this seems to be as good a time to mention it. Kenny, if I get caught driving, I will be in. Well, I know. That's where you want to be. Because then you don't have to worry about a job. You don't have to worry about heat. They might even let you bring your sleeping bag with you. And now you get fed 3 meals a day. Armed guards around you at all times. Bad people can't even get to you because you're behind the bars. And you have heat every night. Unless you're at Rikers Island. You don't do it there. I've heard you don't want to do that. But yeah, that's what you want. Sleeping in a van or hot meals every day. Something to drink. A warm place to sleep. Make some friends.
There you go. You can start your own show like other convicted felons.
Yeah, hell, you're sitting there in your van on the road with Kevin Marr. Why not? On the road, not so much on the road with Kevin.
On the side of the road with Kevin Marr.
Sitting still with Kevin Marr. There's all kinds of shows you could be doing.
Yeah, on the side of the road. That's a good, working title.
It really is. Well, there used to be a show in Louisville called On the Road with Byron Crawford.
Well, and then there was the On the Road with Charles Kuralt, right? Did the CBS News thing. So
I've already drinking Stone. I've already no. I drank Pabst Blue Ribbon with Stone Cold when he did the appearance with us at Louisville Gardens. I bought his beer because I wanted to make sure he had beer. No one else bought beer. Stone Cold shows up at the arena, no fucking beer. Bob, your face is a absolute.
I know, and I don't know why, because I've got dark mode.
Well, I do. There's a bright light shining in your face.
Alexa, turn off the AC light.
Is it the AC light? You think?
That's better.
Better. Yeah, you were just
Alexa,
saying.
Set the lights to blue.
Maybe that'll help. Well, not really. Try red. I think I've seen you do red before.
Alexa, set the lights to red.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Well, that's actually the best lighting that you've got is the red.
Yeah. I'll just stay red then. When a submarine.
Yeah. Well, now you'd need yellow because you all live in a yellow submarine.
Yellow submarine. Yeah. Alexa, set the lights to yellow.
No, Kevin, you don't have it covered because you're going to be sitting in your van for 7 more days in freezing goddamn weather. I mean, where are you going to the bathroom at, Kevin?
Alexa,
if you're out of gas, I'm going to press this a little further. If you're out of gas and you're sitting in a bag, I might not like the next answer I'm going to get. Where are you going to the bathroom at? It's not like you're driving to McDonald's to use their bathroom. You said you're out of gas. 7 days.
Are you like across the street from a park, maybe?
You said you have it covered. If you don't have a job, how do you have it covered? And we have offered to help you. So no, you don't appreciate us because something ain't adding up. What are you doing? You getting out of your car in 7-degree weather and shitting on the side of the road? What are you wiping with? A deer's antler? That's it. We didn't need that. No, I wouldn't be fine.
That is not a picture I want in my head.
All right, Kevin. We've done all we can do. Bob, you just saved a little money. So there you go.
Well,
because he's got it covered. 7 more days of freezing temperatures, and he's going to be just fine, or at least we hope so. If we don't hear from Kevin 7 days from now, we'll know what happened, and we'll send a search team out somewhere in Indiana to find Kevin, and then go from there. Kevin's going, well, now y'all see, no license for 10 years, but yet there you are in a van. You've been driving illegally for 10 years, but now all of a sudden you're concerned about it if we send you gas money. Kevin, Billy Sellers lies better, and he sucks. If you haven't had a license for 10 years, now all of a sudden you're concerned about driving illegally if someone sends you some gas money. All right. So did you think Hogan deserved what he got? I chimed in on Twitter, said he deserved every ounce he got and then some. Why would just because of who he supports? No, because he's a racist motherfucker. And I ain't got no use for them. I don't give a fuck. Undertaker supports Trump, donated to him. Jericho supports Trump, donated to him. They didn't get, well, Jericho wasn't there, but Undertaker didn't get booed out of the building. Triple H and Stephanie didn't get booed out. Her fucking mother works for Trump and is going to do it again.
That Undertaker spot was weird. I didn't really get the whole point of him driving around the ring.
And not very well. And not very well.
I figured at least Rhea would hop on the back of the motorcycle and then they would ride off together.
That's what I was waiting for. There was plenty of room on the back. At least that would have gave some meaning to him coming out there.
Yeah.
Is to pick up the champ and ride her back. And unless she's... Yeah. The whole thing was fucking stupid. Never doesn't say a word. He's still got that long ass ponytail and that bald ass head. Who's he trying to fool? Why do these people do that?
Yeah.
Or is the ponytail even real? Does he just stick it on with fucking double?
It's like Bianca Belair's ponytail.
Thank you. I saw her at a ball game the other day, and I've never seen her look better with her real hair and a pair of jeans and a shirt. She looked amazing. I will be working during the day. So you're working now? What's your job, Bob?
He didn't have a badge. We shouldn't even be on.
I would have more sympathy for Hogan if he wasn't there.
Yeah, it was just to sell his crappy beer.
No,
that was the only reason he was even there.
Well,
I think that was part of the reaction too, because the fans knew.
I do not. I think in the state of California, they know what a racist fuck he is. Everybody's there shilling fucking something.
They should have brought him out in Oklahoma or Mississippi or some shit like that. But yeah, LA was not a.
I named plenty of states that they would have cheered for the racist motherfucker because that's who those people are. He'd probably been okay in a lot of spots of Texas, maybe even Dallas, maybe even Houston, which I know Houston is supposedly a pretty liberal city. But I think in the state of Texas, wrestling fans, I think as a rule, are Republicans, or at least claim to be. There's not a shitload. I just learned today that Cody Rhodes is very liberal. I didn't know that. I assumed from his upbringing, and I didn't even begin to factor in he had a black wife, because there's a lot of racists who will marry the other races and still treat them like shit. No, I wouldn't think
it's okay for them, right? It's just not okay for the rest of us.
Yeah, just don't the rest of you do it. But no, and I've known Cody for quite some time. I knew he had a good heart and seemed to be a decent person. And Jelly Bean informed me that she just wanted to go by her real name. I said, well, you've been bowling for 5 years. I said, well, what the fuck? What's up? Yeah, I just wanted to go by my real name. Yeah. Well, that timing was questionable.
Interesting. I'll talk to you more about that off the air, because I've got some.
No, I haven't I haven't drove at all in 10 years. That's a lie, because you're in a van stranded somewhere. You drove it somewhere. What did you do? Have it towed?
You pushed it there.
Kevin, you're gonna have to.
Or maybe the van has been there for 10 years, and it can't go anywhere because the plants have overgrown the tires.
And you told me that you weren't. You told me you weren't working. Oh, I do have a job, but not a good enough job to pay a $3 badge or. Okay.
And it's only a day job.
It's only a day job. Well, that's what
most of our jobs are during the day.
Yeah. Not a lot of us have the night job. There's some of us do. No one on this show.
No.
Well, there have been times I've worked when it's dark. No, I haven't drove it all in 10 years. So wait a minute. You said you just got a license.
Kevin, take notes of what you're saying, so that when you say them again, you can go, wait, that contradicts what I said just a few minutes ago.
There's two things that are hard, Bob: comedy and lying. They're hard. You had to drive to take your license. They just don't have you show up after 10 years and not take a test. I don't know. Where are you parked? Down by he's definitely down by the river somewhere, and it's cold. But if it gets any colder, Kevin's gonna be able to walk across the river. You need to listen, Kenny. I need to listen. No, I think you need to listen. I just got my license back. If I get caught driving not legal, they will take my license for 10 years. I'm working for Elaine. None of that.
I'm working for Kramer.
Yeah. Do you dance like Elaine? There's some money to be found there. That doesn't match up with any of the shit that you've typed all night. Tell me you didn't have a job. You're stranded. You're in a van. You're sleeping in a 20-degree bag. You work for Elaine, but she won't let you sleep. Never mind.
Does she have a garage you could stay in, Kevin? It's not like you didn't come into her house. Just
maybe you
live in the garage.
You come out and sleep in the bag with you. That'd keep you warm. You need to listen, Kenny. Well, you need $3 is what you need. So.
You need to listen, Kenny.
Yeah. Listen up, Kenny. I could have just done a show with Billy Sellers and Kevin all night, and it would have been a great show. I shouldn't have blocked old Billy Boy Sellers, who I said $300, Kenny. She scammed me and she took my money. I did offer Billy to call my landline. He's got the number. It was stupid on my part. So what do you do? What do you do? Oh, let's see what we got.
Oh, Billy.
We were going to do something, Bob, and no one's donated. Not a fucking one of you.
So we did our football picks for the college games. There's no Thursday night game tonight. So, or this week.
It's not Thursday.
Playoffs,
so
Thursday playoffs start on. Yeah, there's no Thursday night game. Just have to pick ahead of time, right?
It's a Friday night game. Got the Friday night game.
NFL, college football Thursday, Friday. Then the NFL starts on Saturday. So we'll we'll do picks the end of the week for the football, NFL football.
NFL playoffs start this Saturday. What are our Saturday matchups?
Well, let me tell you, Kenny. I'll give you that information in just uno segundo. Oh my God, that's bright. All right, the Los Angeles Chargers play the Houston Texans.
Well, hang on. You see what happened there? See, this is when you can't get your lies straight, and then you just go away. You just go away. Oh well.
Oh well.
Never bad talk king, even when I'm wrong. But this time, I think the people. I love how it took away all
the people have spoken.
Yeah. And that's all you need to know. God damn it, Kenny, you need to fucking listen.
So I know that you don't watch the Billy Corgan NWA shows, and you haven't in a while.
I've never seen a frame.
But there was a guy that was NWA champion for a while named Tim Storm.
Well, Billy Corgan is a big Trump supporter, so fuck him.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So they had an NWA champion named Tim Storm. Tim's a Texas wrestler. Has been
the Tim Storm.
The
that
Tim
guy?
Storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now, for some reason, Tim is now doing a gimmick. He's now Baron Von Storm.
Okay.
And he said, I saw a poster. He's going to be at a show here semi-locally. I mean, outside the Metroplex area, but recently close. And he's Baron Von Storm with his claw. And I'm like,
he was actually one of my favorite wrestlers. And
Tim, you've been working for a long time to suddenly become Baron Von Storm. It's like, did you hit your head and forget who you were?
Not giving a shit anymore is what that's called. I'll just be Baron Von Storm. I don't give a shit. Yeah, no, Baron Von Roski was one of my favorites from back in the Indianapolis thing, because I really thought the fucker was German and just natural. I thought he was probably 50 something even when I first saw him in Indianapolis. Turned out he was in his 20s and not even German.
Yeah, he's a Minneapolis guy or something, I think.
He had me fooled. I mean, and it's all do the club
because he had the big cauliflower, the big ears that stuck out, jughead.
And he was in his 20s. Me and Cornette died when we found out the real gimmick on him, because we were both convinced he was German, probably late 40s, early 50s. He was in his 20s and from Minnesota. So, what was his real name?
It's something Roschke. His real name is Roschke.
Okay, all right.
Well, but his son's name is Carl. His son, and the Baron's name is Roschke.
Well, we did
look up real quick.
We did find out why the Mongolian Stomper.
Jim Roschke is his real name.
Okay. Well, the Mongolian Stomper was a big deal in the Memphis territories when he would come in, and he was one of the few wrestlers I was legit terrified of.
Archie Gould.
And I think you're close, but that's not the game. That's not the name I was given.
Archie Gouldy.
Yeah, Archie Gooley. And I worked a show with him in Knoxville, where I was ring announcer for Jerry Lawler, special ring announcer for Jerry Lawler that night, and backstage production at the Smoky Mountain show. And then I meet him backstage, the nicest fucker you ever met in your life. I avoided him like the plague during the Memphis shows because I was scared the fucking death of him when Lawler would fight him. And turned out he's one of the nicest motherfuckers, and his real name, Archie Gooley. I said, well, now we know why he went by who the fuck would be scared of Archie Gooley? Exactly. But I'm terrified of the Mongolian Stomper. So
right.
What else have we got?
Pumpkin Seth. We didn't talk about that last night because it was still ongoing.
It sucked. I did not care for that match.
We did not say Goulas.
No, nobody. Well, somebody said don't donate for close to an hour. Somebody said that, and that worked.
Yeah. It was a weird match, and what was the point? And I mean, are you going to blow off that feud? No. So why have?
And it was obvious that there was never going to be a day that Punk was coming back here to lose on Netflix to Seth Rollins. That was not good. There was no doubt who was going to win that match. No mystery. Once again, Roman Reigns double parked. Let me open this fucking show so I can get the fuck out of here. And there was never any doubt that Roman was going to lose.
Yeah.
But I did think they fucked up in one area there. There are too many fucking false finishes. I'm so fucking, and now I've gotten it started in here where people are starting to bitch. And I noticed it on Twitter today. People bitching, and I know they're watching the show because I'm the only one that's bitched about it, is how much they use the fucking table. The not even the tables in the ring, which is way too fucking much.
Yeah, the announce table.
Creativity. The announce table, not once a show, multiple times a show, sometimes multiple times per match.
And this was like an actually
creativity that you have.
A very well built table. It wouldn't collapse, wouldn't break.
Yeah. Well, now they build them to fucking collapse.
Right.
For the fucking comedic effect, as they would call it. And someone said, well, Kenny, what did y'all do at OVW? Well, I was in the pro wrestling business for 32 years and on television for the majority of that 32 years. Do you know how many times we used the announcer's desk? 0. Never one fucking time did we even slam anybody's head on the desk. Why? Because we had important paperwork, microphones, monitors, and shit that we didn't want to fucking lose. Of course, WWE, hell, we can get new monitors every fucking week. How do we know this? Well, they slam them around like they're fucking Tinker toys or whatever.
Toys, yeah.
So, but show some fucking creativity. We could bleed in Indiana every week if we wanted. And Kentucky had laws against it. Indiana, we could bleed every week. Ian Rotten elected to bleed in 9 out of 11 matches when he was booking shows. And he's the one that got blood banned in the state of Kentucky. Then he goes to Indiana, and he might bleed out of 13 out of 15 matches. He would overbook the shows and bleed in every fucking one of them with the Madman Pondos and the various people that will butcher themselves and self-mutilate for $15 if they're lucky.
Or a hot dog.
So we could do the same thing. Do you know how many times we would bleed on our shows on television? Once, roughly every 3 to 4 months. Because then it would fucking mean something. Right. So if you want it to mean something, make it illegal to use the fucking table. And then once every 3 to 6 months, when somebody does, fuck it, find me, bitch. Find me. And then make it mean something. But now it's just a fucking prop for the wrestlers that have no creativity. And I blame Triple H because they could stop this shit anytime they want. Why does it bother you so much, Kenny? Because it shows a lack of creativity. That you can't come up with something else.
Yeah, and it ruins the it takes away from the believability. I know it's a fake fight, right? But you throw a guy through a table and then he gets up 3 seconds later and he's throwing punches.
It's not if it's even that long. If it's even that long. Because if you're going to throw someone through the table, you would think they would roll them back in the ring and get the 3 count.
Yeah, I'm tired of
it's too late now. They've already fucking ruined it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm tired of the gimmick too, where you use the other guy's finisher and then he kicks out. He's always going to kick out of it.
Yeah, even
no one ever listens to their own
desk on Memphis. Yeah, even if you got your head slammed into the desk on Memphis, that was something. They didn't get thrown through it. I think one Madman Pondo, Bullpain, and the Boys. Oh yeah, every fucking show. Pondo apparently has a beautiful Asian girlfriend. I think from Japan. If I can't remember her name, but I saw these pictures of a guy I thought was Pondo, and the real name was Kevin Kennedy. I never knew Pondo's real name. I've always tried to avoid knowing the guy's real name so I wouldn't accidentally say it during the show. So I never knew Pondo's. I used to manage Pondo at IWA, and so I see this girl that looks like she might be 21, 22, and I see this old guy that looks like he's probably in his 50s. And but posting all kinds of these blood pictures, just self-mutilation, just bleeding like a fucking stuck hog. And then there's a group of like 9 to 11 of them, girls and guys alike, bleeding like stuck pigs. And then I see Madman Pondo at the bottom. I say, God, that is fucking Pondo. So Pondo's engaged to this girl. I have to admit, I'm jealous. 22-year-old beautiful Asian girl. And from apparently Japan. I don't know if she's in the country or not, but she's beautiful. I'll tell Pondo that right now.
Maybe you start need breaking glass tubes on your head. That would.
I know. Yeah, if I only did that, I personally think I look younger than Pondo. I mean, I'm looking at the monitor right now. Do we have? Did I send you the picture of Pondo and his girlfriend? I thought
you
it did.
You did.
I thought it did.
Wouldn't have kept it for any reason.
Well, unless you love the pictures of blood and beautiful Asian girls. But she might be older. I don't know, because like Chris says, they don't age over there until they do. But she looks maybe 22, 23, and he said he fell in love with her because she gave him a ride to either from Osaka to Tokyo or Tokyo to Osaka, and then she had to work the next day. Don't know what she does. So I can see why he'd be in love with her, no doubt about that. And I'm thinking, what is this girl thinking? I mean, this girl is model beautiful. You would think she could have it, and I'm not trying to take a slap at Pondo or not, but I think if me and Pondo, if he were sitting beside me right now, I think most people would guess Pondo older than me if you did not know anything about either one of us. And if we even have just a picture of Pondo, if anybody wants to make that argument with me, I'm happy to hear it. And I'm not getting
for it.
But holy shit. I fucked up, man. I should have went to Osaka, Japan and needed a ride to Tokyo or something is what I needed. It's a miracle cash flow made it as far as he has, especially being in Tulsa. I tell you what, I was one of the first to shit on that when I heard that the cash flow was going to be on Tulsa King. He has done very good with what they've given him to do. The character kind of fits for what they've given him. I wrote him and told him, and he thanked me for the kind words. And the cash flow that you all know now is not the teenage punk ass kid that I knew over at IWA that would bleed and use light tubes and did everything that fucking Ian told him to do. We had a show in Seymour, Indiana one night. I thought cash flow was going to die. I think the light tube cut his jugular or something like that. Fucked him up real bad. One of them inhaled the filaments in a light tube. That might have been cash flow as well. I can't remember. But he was a little skinny punk ass kid that normally we feuded with, and he would do anything that Ian told him to do. But he's come to OVW, and from whatever I know, there you go. So that's Madman Pondo, 55 years old, and now I don't know why you do that at age 55. I mean, I get if you're getting a big, and they fly him to Japan, so I'm sure he's making good money there. He ain't making any good money here.
There's a market in Japan, or at least there used to be, like the FMW.
Apparently, there still is, because all that shit's recent. Do you have a picture of the girlfriend?
I'll have to find it. I'll be back in just a second.
All right. I don't know why you do that. I hope he don't need the money that bad, but maybe he just likes doing it. I don't know. I mean, me and Pondo always got along great. We totally disagree on the philosophy of wrestling, and what you do and what you don't do. But he, you had to learn how to cut promos over there because they had me managing nine matches on an 11 card show, and you got to come up with a different promo every time you go out. So yeah, you had to. How old could you have been then? I mean, if I'm 64 now and I was doing that in 95, how old were you at those shows? I've got some of them on beta, the ones that were on television, but the house shows were fun. That was, I remember Rolling Hard being over there. Yeah. But at one time, me, Jason Lee, Dutch Mantell, Flash Flanagan, were all over there at the same time. And Trailer Park Trash, of course. We were all there at the same time. And then Danny contacted me. I was 18 or 19. Okay. And Danny contacted me and said, what would it take to get you over here permanently? I said, well, I'm glad you called and made that offer to me, because I was about to call you and say, hey, I remember. Rip Rogers was over there too. So we were all over there. None of us would do the stupid shit. Me, Dutch, Rip, Jason Lee. Trash probably did the stupid shit. As a matter of fact, I know he did. But most of us would not participate in that shit. And I was begging. I was embarrassed to work on the shows. But it was a $75 to $100 payday, because Cornette was going to come in and do some shows. So they were paying me good to make sure Cornette would come. And then Cornette finally said, man, just go with Danny. and get the fuck out of there. He says, I'll be leaving here soon, and we'll come down there and we'll do wrestling right. And we think we did. We think we did pretty good.
Here's the girlfriend.
All right, there you go.
Mondo.
Yeah. Somebody getting the bird there with a lot of blood, but I don't know why a 55-year-old man would do that. I mean, I'd love to. I don't know what his answer would be. I really don't. I mean, I get why he did it 20, 30 years ago, because I guess he thought that was his avenue. He could also make it look like he had a broken leg, and he wanted to know if he could do a job match on WWE. And Jimmy said, yeah, he can do it, but if we break his leg, he can't do anything for 8 weeks. He's got to disappear. I can't remember the girl's name. It's I forgot. It's like a
Divine.
What's that?
I don't know. Just making something up.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but that girl is a fucking model. She's beautiful, and I guess somewhere
Amy DGC is what you put.
Whatever that sounds like a working name, don't it? Sounds like a working name. But I don't notice that she does any work, and I haven't seen her bloodied up. But apparently, she's fascinated by that part of the business, I guess. Bring him on the show. Well, he might think I'm interrogating him and trying to embarrass him. I just don't know why a 55-year-old man. I don't know. Well, number one, I don't know why any man would do that. Why you would do that to your face? I don't know.
There's a better picture.
Yeah, that's a much better picture. So when I saw that, I thought that was Pondo, but the hat backwards and the knee-high shorts and everything kind of threw me off. And I don't know what shirt he's wearing there. But if that girl ain't model quality, I don't know what is. And he said he fell in love with her because she drove them. And I don't know how far it is from Tokyo to Osaka or vice versa. But he bragged about her driving him and maybe some other guys to the show, and then drove them back. And then wherever she worked, she had to work the next day. So it was a touching story.
It's about 300 miles.
About 300 miles. That's a long way. And I'm thinking, what is there? Because like I was telling Billy Sellers about the girl that he thought was going to show up. Billy, do you have a mirror? Well, if Pondo said, Kenny, I like this girl, and I would say, Pondo, do you have a mirror?
Yeah.
And like I said, I think Pondo looks older than me, but I haven't mutilated my face for 30 years either. And
yeah, that does not look like a 50-year-old man.
If I had my MAGA hat on backwards, I mean, I think I'd take a few years off from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, Kenny, you made it an hour and a half.
I did, and not one person donated for an hour. An hour. Do we have anything else to cover? Or no, not one we went over an hour, and not one person donated shit. No. All right. Well, we'll learn our lesson.
I think it's me. I think when I come on, they stop donating.
No, they weren't donating long before you got here. So, well, the next show I'm going to talk about 2 movements and 2 T-shirts that need to be made.
Not about.
I'm here for the darks. I'm going to let you all think what that means. I'm here for the darks. We're going to talk about that. And we're starting a non-movement called Still Earthers. And we will explain that on the next show. I'm here for the darks. Y'all think about what that means. And we're starting, and me, Maya, and Chris are the 3 only members of the Still S-T-I-L-L, Still Earth non-movement. Non-movement Earth, non-movement. Yeah, because we had a big conference about this today, and I'm going to be recruiting members.
The first annual conference,
non-movement.
Still Earth non-movement.
And here's who I need. I need Maya's mother from Brazil. I need Maya's father from Germany. I need Robert Palmer from the UK. I need
Paul RJ from Australia.
Paul RJ from Australia. Yeah, he came up today. We're going to make this a worldwide non-movement, the Still Earth non-movement. And I only need 1 representative from each country. And then me, Chris, and Maya are going to go to the halls of Congress and pitch the Still Earth non-movement and a universal time that we all agree on. Bob, now I asked you about the time zones the other day, right? And you didn't know either. You didn't know
that there are time zones. Really?
How many time zones?
34, I think.
No.
You would think that there would be 24, right? But there's actually some half-hour ones. So
you are the first one to guess high. You're the first one to guess high. Everyone else has guessed low. Very smart people have not gotten this question right. There's an obvious answer as to how many time zones there should be.
24. Right.
That's the obvious answer. That's incorrect. That is not correct.
But I know there's some half hours.
Do you think the real time zone count is higher or lower than 24?
It's higher.
And there's not some half-hour time zones. There's one.
Okay, so then it's at least 25.
and there is another time zone, and I just found out what two cities they were today because Maya didn't even know. And Maya and Chris consider themselves geniuses, and they're both very smart people, but neither of them knew. And they're both in India due to something about how the lines work themselves out. Nepal, I think, is the one with a 15-minute time zone. And then another place in India, God, I can't remember the city. Bob might be looking it up as we speak. Maya told me the city today, and I forgot. But there's another city in India that is in the half-hour time zone. And Nepal, I think, is the 15-minute time zone. But we also did further research and found out that those two cities ignore this shit, and they just go by the regular time zones that everybody else goes by. So the 30-minute time zone and the 15-minute time zone, which is in Nepal, if I remember correctly, ignore that shit and they just go by the 24. Go ahead.
Yeah, officially there is one time zone in India, but there is an unofficial time zone used in the northeastern state of Assam where it's called tea garden time.
But the reason I found this out,
it's like a full hour off of the other ones. It's really
well, the reason I found this out is because I was watching New Year's Rockin' Eve that Dick Clark is going to get credit for until the cows come home. And we don't know when they're coming home because people have been calling for the cows for a long time. And it says, we're going to recognize all 26 times. I said, 26? How could this, it's a 24-hour day. And I keep telling, and you're amazed at how I have asked everybody this, how many time zones are there? Maya had to think about it. And at one point she guessed 19 because she thought, well, there's some areas that don't really have land mass. So that
in the Pacific, we just skip long areas of the time.
It doesn't matter if there's a line and you've got a ship or a plane going through there. There is time zone just because nobody lives there. So maybe it's 19. I said, you guys are not as smart as you think you are. I said, there's one obvious answer, Maya. What's that answer? She said 24. I said, and that answer is wrong because that's what I thought. But thanks to New Year's Rockin' Eve with Dick Clark, hosted by Ryan Seacrest, I learned that there's 26 time zones. And I got on my son because he didn't know either. And he guessed real low. I said, I'm taking away your genius status. He guessed 14. And he says, well, to my defense, I'm a still earther and I do not recognize time.
There you go. Actually, according to
Bob, and I was going to explain this more on the next show. And then I said, well, obviously the earth does not rotate. Obviously we are a still earth because if the earth rotated, it would throw us off the edges. And that's in alignment with flat earth.
And according to this webpage, there are 38 different local times in use. So they're not officially time zones, but there are areas of the world that only recognize. So like there's a small portion of Australia that is not UTC plus 10, it's UTC plus 1030. It's not an official time zone, but it is a locally observed time change. There are 38 different locally observed time changes in the world, which is just stupid. Why don't we should make 360 time zones, skip hours altogether, and just go.
Well, now here's my solution, and we'll talk about it more when we actually have more people watching the show, because right now we have 17, and sometimes we have as many as 28.
20.
Yeah, sometimes it's way up there. We have decided that we are now on a universal clock. We've imposed this yesterday. We're now on a universal clock. It's 10:07 p.m. here in Louisville, Kentucky. Being as we came up with the idea, this will be the landmark.
Set the time. Right.
This will be the land. It's like the Gulf of Mexico. We just decided to make our own rules. So Louisville, Kentucky is the universal standard of time. We get to, right now it is officially 10:08 p.m. But we're
Everywhere in
bobbed
the
at that
world.
right now. It's also 10:08 p.m. You
Everywhere in
tell
the
what
world.
time it is in your specific part of the world by how much light is outside. So when I was video chatting with Maya today, she said, "What time is it here?" I said, "It's 11:55 a.m." And she looks out her window and it's very dark. And because it's kind of a
Well, I mean, it would make talking to the Filipinos a whole lot easier. Like it's 10:08 p.m.
and in
there.
the Philippines, it's right now. It is 10:08 p.m. there, but it's very very bright.
Yeah, it's
It's
a bright
very
10:08
day. And so we would all have the same time. You'd never have to ask anybody, what time is it where you're at? We all have the same time. How light is it where you are? That would be the
Right.
question. So I didn't
What
mean
are
to
your
cover.
working hours? Your working hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Well, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
dark here during that
It's real
time period.
dark here. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's luck
you're
of
on
the
the night
draw,
shift.
motherfucker. Luck of the draw. So we are part of the Steel Earth movement. There's only 3 of us. I think we might be able to get Bob aboard because so far only intelligent people are a part of the Steel Earth movement.
I'm gonna have
And
to find a
obviously, the
logo.
Earth
I'm
does
gonna
not rotate because if it did, we would fall off the edges of the Earth.
I'm gonna design a logo. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. If it rotated,
you will make Christopher's fucking day if you make either a shirt or a logo about the Steel
the
Earth
Still
movement.
Earth not the
I've
Still Earth
never
non
seen
movement.
Maya. I've never seen Maya laugh harder when I told her we're here for the darks. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cover that while we're here too, and then I'll cover it again when y'all want to talk about it. I'm here for the dark. We were watching an episode of Monday Night Raw, and we see a flock of people leaving at the start of the show. Don't know where they were going, what they were doing, and I looked at. I said, "Do you think they were just there for the darks?" I'm here for the fucking Chris. Yeah, man, they were just there for the dark matches. They're going home to watch this shit in 4K where they got the announcers, they got their 98-inch screen up. You get the commentary, the replay. Fuck this live shit. I'm here for the darks. So we now have a fan base that only goes to WWE events to see dark matches because you don't get those televised. There's a market for that. There's got to be a market for that.
Well, and usually there's a post Raw dark
Russo's
match.
in the Mountain Time. Russo should be the first one to be aboard the Steel Earth movement because we don't even recognize the Mountain Time Zone, as you all remember, just due to one troll. We just
one time zone to rule them all.
Kenny, what time is your show on? Well, we're on at 9 p.m. East, 8 p.m. Central.
That's so confusing.
5 p.m. Pacific. What time are you on in the Mountain Zone? We don't know. We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't acknowledge the Mountain Time
Zone. There is no Mountain Time Zone.
TV Guide used to never acknowledge the Mountain Time Zone. They just you can't figure it out from the big 3. Who in their right mind would live in a Mountain Time Zone? We don't acknowledge you. So the Steel Earth movement. We're now on the same clock. You don't ask anybody what time it is. How light is it where you are? Oh, it's broad daylight at 10. So you must be in the Philippines. You must be in China. You must be in Ethiopia somewhere. So those mountain timers are special breed. Yeah, no doubt about that. So the Steel Earth movement. I can't wait to see your logo, Bob. Come up with a couple of things there. The Steel Earth movement. I need representatives from each country that associates with this show. Robert Palmer, we got to get you in. Who's my guy from Germany that used to do commentary over WWE shows over there? Cop Oliver, he's from Germany. We could get him. We can get Maya's father. We got Maya's mother from Brazil. We've got. Do we have any Mexicans that we deal with? Not much longer. Any Canadians? Not much longer. Well, we got Christy. So Christy, are
Rory.
you part?
Well, Rory can be
Rory will be
if
a
she
part
ever
of
shows
the
up.
Steel Earth movement. Yeah, we could easily because Rory will be high as a kite and she'll believe whatever we tell her. So
Exactly.
Rory and Christy, part of those are our first Canadians. We will induct them into the Steel Earth movement. All I need is one representative from each country that watches this show. And Ireland, we got Maya covered. Maya's got Dublin, Ireland covered. And occasionally they go to Northern Ireland. So we'll get her to get dual citizenship.
There you go.
Between Northern, I need somebody in Seoul, South Korea. We got to get a South Korean aboard. I think I got a couple of those that are friends with me on Facebook. But this is going to be a worldwide non-movement, the Still Earth movement, universal clock. And as a matter of fact, we're going to get pissed at anybody that recognizes time. Maya says, well, I'm late for a meeting. No, you're not, because there is no time. You can't be late because time does not exist. It is a Still Earth non-movement. Where you got to be? Well, I got to be so-and-so in 15 minutes. Congress can't even wrap us up when we pitch this. Well, you're running out of time. We have nothing but time. And Chris says it's going to be the longest filibuster of all time because please, Congressman, hear me out. It just keeps going about why the earth does not rotate. And we have proof because we do not fall off the edges. Right, if the earth were spinning, we obviously would fall off the edges of the earth. And that sold me. I said, well, that makes sense. And sometimes you just have to go with what makes sense. Universal clock. We do not recognize time anymore. You're never late. You're never early. You're just there. What time's the meeting start? When I get there. What time does it end? When I leave. Hard to miss that meeting.
Exactly.
Or it's hard to be a part of it.
Well,
I'm anxious to see your logo. My son is going to love that.
Already contemplating some ideas.
The Still Earth movement. And we need to do something. I'm here for the darks.
Yeah.
Just a arena that empties out at the start of Raw because we got 17,000 people that just wanted to see the dark matches. Now they're going to go home where they can get commentary, replays, 4K. Oh, and the other thing I'm disappointed about, every fucking show on Netflix is in 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision, HDR, 4K. 80% of their shows are 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision.
Yeah, except for
Raw, they're PG fucking regular PG, not even PG-13. Rock did get bullshit in. At least they didn't bleep the crowd for saying "fuck you, Hogan." And no Dolby Vision, standard basic 1080p. Thank God I've got AI enhancement on my device over here, and I can I have a processor that brings it into 4K, but I shouldn't have to do that. This is the fuck. So who's the tightwads? Is it WWE not putting out the money to broadcast in 4K, or is it?
If the NFL's got 4K cameras at every game, WWE is running less cameras. They could.
Well, the NFL does not have 4K cameras at every game. They might have one. I think that
just pretend like they do.
Yeah, well, we could, but no. The NFL hand selects a couple of games, even college football, unless it's one of the big ones. Some of the playoff games were not in 4K. How can you not have the fucking 4K, the playoff games in 4K? How can all of the NFL playoffs not be in 4K? I get maybe every regular season game, but I think we can do the Elite Eight in fucking 4K.
You'd think.
Not asking too fucking much in this day and age. But no, so this big deal about going over to Netflix. Yeah, and we're all watching at the same time all over the world. So WWE is part of the Still Earth movement. They no longer want you watching at a specific time. They want everybody watching at the same time, whether it's 12 noon in the Philippines or 12 noon here. It's the same time. It's just a different level of darkness, and we're all watching Netflix. So WWE is in on the Still Earth movement because that's what Netflix is all about. But show the goddamn thing in 4K. Somebody put up the money, Netflix or WWE. It's one event and 8 cameras at best? 8, 9? If that many?
If that many.
It shouldn't be that fucking hard.
At least put the hard camera in 4K.
Well, you have to have the whole show because if you keep bouncing back and forth between 1080p and 4K, it'll be obvious to some viewers. So, yeah, I don't think you can mix the cameras up, but no, they can afford to broadcast that event or SmackDown. They can do these goddamn things in 4K, especially on Netflix. Give me a reason that Netflix would be dramatically better. An uncensored show. And then make an edited show the next day for the little kiddies to see. Now you get
they shouldn't be up so damn late anyway. Damn kids.
Fucking late. How long did they end up going last night? Because
right at 3 hours.
It was 3 hours exact. Yeah, I thought 3.5 was going to be an odd time. And But with the Triple H and Rock eating up the first 22 minutes of the show, I figured they was going to have to go over. But I thought they brought Jey Uso out just to get a pop and was ended the show. And I was, wait a minute, they still got at least 2 more matches they need to do. And
yeah,
I thought
so.
Was
Gotta love the guy lighting up a blunt right in the middle of Uso coming in. There's celebrity guy lighting up.
There's rules for the rest of you, and not so much for the celebrity.
And then Michael Cole's yeet will look like this. I was like, Michael Cole, that's the worst yeet ever.
Do you know how white Michael Cole is?
He's whiter than you and I combined.
He's whiter than and I was raised on Earth, Wind, and Fire, and so I don't even claim to be white. I'm insulted if you accuse me of being white. I'm insulted. Call me Indian, call me Asian, call me black. Do not call me white. Call me a still earther. Now we're buddies. Now we're buddies. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing those logos. And all right. Well, Bob, like idiots, we were here for an hour and 45 minutes, and we never got another donation after the 30-minute mark. Not a fucking one. Fuck all of you all that didn't donate. How's that for loyalty?
Haters. You damn haters.
Kevin Marr, get better at your lies, son, because you stuck at it.
We will never know since you banned him.
I did ban him. Well, he could make a fake account. A lot of others do. All right. Well, I got a job. What you said earlier. Oh, boy. Well, I would say we lost a lot of money when we banned Kevin Marr, but we didn't.
Yeah, well, we lost a lot of fake. You lost a lot of fake money, promised money when you banned Billy Sellers.
Yeah, and with Billy Sellers. Yeah, I did do that.
Oh, well.
Like I said, Billy's got my landline. If that was the real Billy, all he had to do was call me. But yeah, and Billy's still watching out there somewhere. Thursday night or Friday. I haven't made my mind up. It won't be Friday because that's the national championship game. So if we do a show, it'll be Thursday. We'll see.
Well, there's a game Thursday too. There's that game Thursday and then a game Friday.
Wait a minute. Who's playing Thursday?
It's not national championship yet. It's the semifinals.
Well, that's what the national championship series is what I meant.
Penn State and Notre Dame is Thursday. Texas and Ohio State is on Friday.
Oh, well, 7:30 start on both Central.
Yes.
Well, we'll probably just do Friday night after the because they'll end at about 10:30, and we'll just have a late Friday show for those of y'all, and that way we can talk about SmackDown if they do anything. And so, hope you enjoyed the season 17, week 1, episode 1649. That means the next one will be 1650. And we'll probably be back here Friday night, 10:30-ish. It'll be after the championship game. Unless we decide to do the same thing Thursday, but at least we'll have a little bit more to talk about on Friday if we just wait till Friday. Because then we can, we'll know who the national championship game is going to be. So thank you, Ghost. We got $5 over our minimal goal. Thank you. But maybe Robert Palmer's watching.
There's the truth of all time.
They are a special breed. There's no doubt about that. And especially my good buddy, Vince Russo.
It's amazing when you ban everybody except for Ghost. It looks like he's the only one talking.
He was the only one talking. He was the only one talking. You non-mouthy motherfucker. Oh, my God. Yeah, Blake McChristy got in on something. Yeah, there was not much participation tonight, was there? Well, if they participate, they're going to be asked to donate, and that's the last thing.
Yeah, that's the last thing anyone wants. Okay, thank you for your non-interactive show here on the Still Earth movement.
We said quit moving. Quit moving.